Hello and welcome back to another installment of the Jackson and Shabazz Show. I'm Hunter Jackson along with my good friend and co-host, typical radio speak when you say the good friend and co-host, Abdullah Shabazz. Abdullah, what's on?
Two things. First of all, take that microphone of yours and move it out about an inch because you sound fucking crazy. All right. Thank you. Secondly, it's so funny when people say like, you ever go to like a comedy club and people are like, this is my good friend, and then they don't even fucking know the person they're introducing.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a change that you're actually my friend in real life.
Yeah, well, it's the same thing when you watch the episode of that show, Pawn Stars, and he goes,
Oh yeah.
"Yeah, I got a buddy. Let me get a buddy out here to take a look at this." It's like, how many buddies do you have? Honestly, like
I
most.
mean, when you got money, you could probably have a lot of friends.
It's probably just a business relationship. He needs other adjectives, how to describe these people.
I mean, when they pull up, they seem like they're pretty cool.
I mean, how do you have a buddy that is an expert in comic books, Revolutionary War muskets, World War II tanks,
muskets,
outer space technology, the Titanic? Like, how do you know that many people so well that you're friends with all of them?
It's the business. Plus, bro, they're in Las Vegas. You know how many fucking weirdos and freaks know a lot about a lot? Like, I just assume that everybody knows shit about shit out there.
Guy brings in a dog bone. He goes, "Let me get in a buddy of mine," and then it's just a dog that walks in the store. All right. So, as per usual, with every episode of the Jackson and Shabazz Show, we start with a funny story. Abdullah, take it away.
Because I'm the funniest, I feel I should start. So here's what it is, man. You graduated from a college called Siena College, which is a D1 college. The Saints is their mascot, right? I went to the school. I didn't graduate. I am a college dropout. I'm the most successful college, well, except I'm not a millionaire yet, but successful college dropout, you know what I'm saying? So we've had plenty of good times, man. And before I even started going, because look, so you guys remember how I met Hunter and stuff,
We already told that story. Yeah.
a part of that was partying too. You know what I mean? So one weekend, Hunter, well, just over the summer, Hunter was like, yeah, Sienna, I can sign you guys up on my guest pass and you guys can stay to, the weekend. We can hang out, blah, blah. Let's just say a lot of us made a bad habit of, I don't want to say using and abusing Hunter because that sounds weird. But
no, it's exactly what happened.
I was enrolled in the school. I didn't use and abuse you. Other people did. But listen, there's one instance, bro, one party that
really quick.
I don't think you were there.
I got one thing I want to say because this story probably has nothing to do with me, and this is why I want to preface this, okay? When I started going to that school, obviously all my friends wanted to come over. We wanted to party. We all wanted to have that experience together. It was a great time. Well, some people took it to the extreme and it started off right first semester calling, talking to each other on the phone on a Wednesday. Hey guys, come over on Friday. Let's spend the weekend. Let's have a good time. Then it was on Thursday, a little bit less of a heads up. Hey, let's go, let's hang out. Let's have a good time. All of a sudden it was the night of, it was 8:00 at night. Hey, I'm coming up there. Let's hang out this week. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Hey, do you mind if I bring this person, this person, this person, this person? Mind you,
it was never, no, the fuck it wasn't, bro.
Not you specifically. Specifically.
Okay.
But, mind you, we were only allowed to have like 2 guests per weekend. And there were many occasions where there was like 15 people that were my guests that were showing up.
What?
Yes.
Bro, there was 5 at max. And I can name drop them people. But I'm not Tekashi 6ix9ine, so I'm not name dropping shit.
Anyway, there were plenty of times where I got a phone call. Hey, I'm on Siena's campus. And it got to the point where I was like, God, again?
True.
I was like, listen, I'm not even going out tonight, bro. I got a fucking final on Monday. And then so plenty of people just would show up on Siena's campus and just party, and they never even went there.
That is true. So here's the story, man. All right. Valentine's Day, there was a crazy, crazy campus center party in the right across from Casey's, that little dining hall area. You know what I'm talking about? Obviously you do. So crazy, like this. Listen, y'all gonna get a piece of the real Abdullah off the Jackson and Shabazz show. There was mad bitches there. That shit was fucking amazing. You feel me? I'm single. Well, at the time I was. I still am now, just in case. But anyway, so that Valentine's Day party was fucking wild, right? Mad fucking people. We're drunk as fuck, pre-gaming. Shit's crazy. The DJ was on point, and I just remembered that fucking song. Damn it. Oh my god, this is gonna kill me. The song by fucking Fetty Wap.
Baby, won't you come my
No, the other one,
way?
his
Oh,
other hit. I'm
Trap Queen?
like,
Trap Queen?
be my bro. You just said the song Trap Queen.
Oh, it lagged. Sorry, man. We're gonna
My
run into
bad.
this
Nah,
same week 2. We're gonna run into this again.
it's the one where he's like, "Damn, she fine. Wondering when she'll be my." And I got
Oh,
this soda.
Remy boys.
Yeah, yeah. So, all right, that song was playing, and this is what I remember. So, just like you said, man, there was plenty of people who weren't enrolled to Siena that were there. We're partying, having a great time. I ended up bagging this sexy, like I'm telling you, mwah, ended up bagging this little redhead girl, right? Named Emily, right? Not that it matters, but Emily's a pretty cute name, so I'm just gonna throw her name out there. So Emily, right? So I had a couple buddies there. I was like, yo, you got any friends for my man? He over there, blah, blah. She's like, yeah, this girl right here. And I looked at it, cute girl, right? And she's like, yeah, like if you got any friends, like I don't know why guys aren't talking to me. Like I look fucking hot tonight. I'm like, conceited bitch, you look okay on a good day. All right, so I ended up one of my boys who I don't want to name drop him,
Please don't. Please don't.
damn. So this dude,
And I don't. And by the way, I know nothing about this story. Just to go to show
I know.
how out of control this got. I was not at this party, and I was enrolled in this school.
All right, bro, you don't gotta rub it in. So anyway, so the guy, right? The guy is on the wall in a corner by himself. He had a fitted on that was like all the way down to his fucking eyebrows, like he's Jadakiss or some shit. He had his fitted on, right? And he had his headphones in. Bro, the party is lit. Why are you in the corner by yourself? I walked up to him. I was like, yo, what's good, bro? Dapped him up. He was just mean mugging and shit, bopping his head. Still had his headphones in. I was like, yo, what's up, bro? Yo, there's mad bitches. Yo, matter of fact, yo, I got a girl right here for you. He was like, he took his headphone off. He's like, nah, fuck that. These bitches keep dubbing me. And he put his headphone back in. Yo, I looked at and I was so drunk, like I didn't register what he actually said. So when he said, yeah, these bitches keep dubbing me. And by the way, for those who don't know, dubbed is like another way of a girl, like
She's
basically,
not interested.
basically curving your shit,
Yeah.
right? So
basically, she was not interested in no girls were interested in him at the time. That's what that means.
And thank you for the white translation, Hunter.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to do that more often.
Yeah.
So
And by the way, to take something back to what he said a minute and a half ago when he said that he had a girl bagged, that means that yeah, you want to do a translation for that because it sounds like a different word that doesn't mean the same thing at that moment.
You fucking freak! Like what? You thought I was a serial killer or some shit. So all right. So let me finish it off. So he's like, nah, these bitches keep dubbing me. He put his headphones back in. I'm so drunk I don't even realize what he said. I was like, oh, word? Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy. Dapped him up, and I walked away,
He was
right?
probably sick.
Yo, he was in the corner pissed off. So I go back to the girl, and the girl is like, well, where's your friend at? I was like, oh, he's too drunk. He doesn't want to move. And if I ever decide to name drop that person, you're welcome. I didn't blow up your spot to that girl when I could have. But anyway, yeah, that shit was wild. Like, homie's self-esteem was like, if this was regular, his shit was like somewhere down here.
Yeah, you know your self-esteem is in the toilet when you are at a party, not participating in the party. There's music playing at the party. You're listening to your own music, and you're just in the corner like,
yo, me mugging.
All right, so today what we want to do for the show is...
Hey, where's your funny story at?
Bro, I don't really have one. So we had a story so this is what... We don't really talk this over beforehand, but I did say that I wanted to bring up a funny story that involves...
So tell the funny story, Hunter.
Well, I don't remember most of it. Okay?
Well, tell your side, and I'll tell the rest of it.
All I remember is my freshman year of college. We really liked to, go and we hung out, and I like to dance. I'm a big fan of dancing, whether it's good or not. We walked into this party, and it was like the townhouse of the
Black and Latino
student union house, and it was like the captain of the dance team, but not like the dance team cheerleader team, like the hip hop dance team. And it was like her house or something. And one thing led to another, and all of a sudden, I'm in the middle of a circle dance battling the captain of the hip hop dance team with like 50 people
Wait.
circling
Let me
around.
chime in. Let me chime in. Here's how it started. We're all in there lit. You know what I mean? Everybody has their own clique, but when it came to that townhouse, everybody just, you were
Everybody
all
was
in the
friends.
mix.
Everybody
Right?
was friends.
Everybody was cool. Here's how the shit started. So they had strobe lights. The shit was wild that night. I'll never forget. Strobe lights and shit going on crazy. So the two people are just dancing, and everybody's got them in a circle, hyping them up. So then, out of nowhere, like Hunt just said, the girl who's the captain of the hip hop dance team, Shorty has probably been dancing since she's been in diapers.
Yeah, probably.
She's the one that gets in the middle of the floor and she's popping and doing all that crazy stuff. Hunter literally, and I know you don't remember this, and this is so true, bro. I swear to God, this is what you did. Whoever she was dancing at was basically just like, oh, you got it, you got it. Hunter goes up to it was a guy too, goes up to a guy, looks at him, not pushes him, but like inches him away and starts fucking dancing, bro. And I'm just sitting there like, this fucking white boy is crazy. What the fuck is he doing? Like,
Did
he
I
thinks
not?
he
Did I
thinks he's
not
gonna
kill
beat
it?
her?
Did I not kill it?
Now listen. Oh,
I didn't win, but did I not kill it?
I just found out you can move the thing on the screen. That's crazy. Bro, Hunter literally, if I didn't know the guy, I would think that he actually danced because he went up, started pop locking, dropping it, doing crazy ass shit. He fucking did the Carlton. For anybody who doesn't know what the Carlton is, he started doing the Carlton.
It's not unusual to be loved by anyone.
But he did that shit into the fucking robot. He was like, and then I was like, oh! Bro,
did I not have everybody in that place going crazy? Nobody expected that.
Yo, everybody was like, oh shit.
There's like 75 people in the area, probably 50 people watching, but the party probably had like 75 people in it, and everybody started going crazy. And I think even she was great, obviously, but like even she was like, shit, I didn't expect this. And nobody ever does, but it's been a long time since I've danced like that. So all right, that's my side of the funny story. Moving on. So today we wanted to talk about, last week we had a little bit of fun of talking shit about jerseys we liked and we didn't like in the NBA and the NFL, etc. Today we wanted to take that a little step further. We wanted to talk about players that we hated in the sports for no particular reason. Sometimes there's a reason, and the reason is not basketball related most of the time. Most of it is definitely vain and based off vanity, or just because, sometimes you just look at somebody and you go, I don't like that motherfucker. I don't like that motherfucker. And it's like, maybe it's their name, maybe it's the way they play, but most of the time for me, I just don't like the way they look. And I want to start, the number one example for me is Josh Smith. We've had this discussion a couple times.
No, not about Josh Smith. I didn't know that.
So Josh Smith, he played for the Atlanta Hawks. He played for the Detroit Pistons. He bounced around a little bit. And for people who know what Josh Smith looks like, they'll kind of understand it when I say it. I just don't like the way he always looks like something smells. He just has that face that's a permanent. Sorry, I was swatting at a fly. He's always got that face that's like a permanent frown. The best way I can describe it is if you ever play that game Angry Birds on your phone or on your laptop, he kind of looks like a mixture of if the Angry Bird and the pig had a baby. And for that reason alone, I don't like Josh Smith. It has nothing to do with his basketball playing ability. It has nothing to do with the teams he played on. It has nothing to do with his attitude. I just look at that guy and go, I don't fucking like him.
All right. So one guy that we never spoke about, I'm actually, brainstorming new people. I fucking hate Kendrick Perkins. Now,
he looks like a fucking blowfish.
Yo, Kendrick Perkins is probably that guy. Before he hit the league, he probably went to random cookouts and just stole plates and left. Like, his fucking fat ass just looks so fucking weird. Like, Kendrick Perkins literally, like, he just looks like he doesn't clean himself properly. Like, he just looks like He looks like he has like doo-doo stuck to his ass every time he fucking walks.
Oh
Just
no.
looks like a fucking
He
weirdo.
looks like he just got done being he looks like he's constantly a 12-year-old kid that just got done getting yelled at by his mother. He's always like
Swear to God, bro. Kendrick Perkins, yo, fix your fucking face, man. Fix it, please.
if he ever heard this, which obviously he would not, he would probably fucking want to fight us for that.
Shit, you can get the hands too.
So for me, this one is a mixture of, and we've talked about this before, because this is a person we make fun of a lot, not necessarily on the show once or twice, but this is a mixture of looks and basketball ability, and the fact that the Knicks decided to give him $12 million that was undeserved is Ron Baker. Ron Baker played for Wichita State, and basically he looked like he looked like Sloth from the Goonies if Sloth from the Goonies had a perm. And I just couldn't stand him on the Knicks. He was a waste of talent. He was a waste of space. He was definitely a waste of a roster space. He was a waste of minutes. I couldn't stand Ron Burgundy Baker.
Nah, Ron Baker, he honestly is the closest. Like everybody's seen Scooby Doo. Like he's the real life Shaggy. Like he just looks like a sleazy scumbag. Like as if he just whoever's seen Ed, Edd n Eddy, he just looks like if you've ever seen Ed, Edd n Eddy, that van that's in the junkyard that has like the shag carpet in the back and the waterbed, he just looks like that's where he lives at. Swear, bro.
All right, next up on your list.
Listen.
I'm doing this off the top of my head, by the way. I don't have any notes, unfortunately.
Literally, like I'm literally writing. Wait. I'm literally writing one by one just so I can brainstorm before I say it. This person has bounced around a lot of teams too, but Kyle O'Quinn, he's still in the league.
Oh wow, really?
He's still in the league,
yeah.
bro. Which is crazy.
Yeah, he's actually on
Grizzlies.
No.
Pacers? No, he was on the Pacers.
Yeah, he was on the Pacers. I just saw a video of him. He's on the Sixers now. He's on the Sixers.
The Sixers, yes. Bro, Kyle O'Quinn.
Wow.
Now
I'm gonna debate you on this. Wow.
He may come across as a nice guy, but in my mind, when I look at Kyle O'Quinn, this is the tunnel vision, by the way. When I look at Kyle O'Quinn, his fucking like, no, not to sound weird, but his fucking lips just look like trampolines. Like he has a huge beard, right?
Okay.
And it's like he just looks like his lips look like fucking like stale turkey legs. Like they just look fucking unsanitary. Just looks like a fucking weirdo.
Turkey legs you get at like this Renaissance fair. Like, oh, you spend $18 and you get a giant turkey leg.
No, literally, bro. Like he just looks like a fucking idiot.
Funny thing about Kyle O'Quinn. Kyle O'Quinn played for the Knicks. I love Kyle O'Quinn. I love the way he plays. However, 100% agree with what you say about his lips because he has a huge beard. Okay, so he's got, for people that don't know, Google it. He has a huge beard, but the problem with the beard is, and that's why his lips look crazy. So he's got a huge, like, imagine James Harden just with a more well-kept beard because it's not as long, but it's like an afro on his chin, okay? But what happens is he shaves like an inch above his lip and below his lip. So it looks like his mouth is an asshole. But honestly, love Kyle O'Quinn. But I agree with what you're saying about his mouth.
All right, who's yours?
Marcin Gortat. Only, and not even the way he plays, just the way he looks, because he looks like if somebody, like a dad that wants to be cool, but he's not cool. Like, you know, he looks like he's a 1989, teenage rock star stuck in a 40-year-old bald man's body. You know what I mean? Like, if you're not seeing him on the basketball court, you're seeing him at like a Avenged Sevenfold or Metallica concert with a black t-shirt, eye black under his face, and he's like, oh.
Yo, I could not agree. Listen, Marcin Gortat literally looks like after every game, he drinks like a whole case of Monsters for no reason. Marcin Gortat also,
after a loss, he puts his head through the fucking through the sheetrock in the locker room. Fuck.
Yo, no funny too, bro. Oh my god, it's crazy. You say he looks like he like listens to screamo and shit. Marcin Gortat if anybody's ever seen Codename Kids Next Door, he is number one all grown up. The guy with the black shades, that is Martin Gortat grown up. Swear to God.
All right. Yep. Go ahead.
For me, I have always, ever since I laid eyes on this old man, JJ Barea, I hate that stupid fucking midget, bro. And he's not a midget. He's not. Well, I mean,
in basketball sense of the term, he is.
Right,
he looks like a fucking mole rat running around out there.
Bro, everything about how he plays is just so fucking irritating. It's like Diesel. Literally, the guy literally. I got a lot of references. I got a lot of jokes. If anybody's ever seen Mr. Meaty on Nickelodeon, he looks like just a fucking slob, like a fucking weirdo off that shit. Take your fucking headphones off, you stupid bitch. He just looks like a fucking maniac. Like, it's hard to explain, but it's like he just looks like a midget spawn of Tarzan or some shit. Like, he doesn't belong in the NBA, in my opinion. Swear.
I gotta think of somebody else. I know there's so many other people. We're really sticking with basketball right now, so I'm trying to think of maybe another sport. But my list, this is lack of planning. We didn't make a list before this started, so just kind of going off the fly here. So if you have somebody else, I'll try and think.
Bro, I got plenty. I got plenty of people.
Okay, good.
I fucking hate Matthew Dellavedova. Oh my God.
Looks like a substitute science teacher.
Literally, bro. Like, he just looks like he puts forks in outlets, like, for no reason. Like, what a fucking weirdo.
Mad scientist.
Swear. Like, he's a fucking just ugly as fuck. Plain and simple.
This is a mean episode. We're being mean.
Hey, this is real life, bro. Fuck it.
Yeah, this is probably the most genuine conversation about, sports that we've had on the show, probably.
Swear, bro. It is what it is.
Okay, so here's a player that, off the top of my head, I don't hate this player. I actually love this player. But the quarterback of the New York Jets, Sam Darnold, looks like he's a Lego man. He looks like he's got a leg. Like he looks like he's a Lego firefighter. Like a Lego
firefighter.
Yeah, he's got a square head and everything. He looks like he's a Lego character.
Now,
like if they were to make Madden 20 Lego edition, he's on the cover.
Yo, this. All right, here's some new people that we never spoke about prior, like anytime ever. Frank Ntilikina. I cannot stand him, bro, and he's from France, correct?
Yep, that's correct.
He just looked point guard, right? And I hope I don't get in trouble for saying this, but he just looks like when he jerks off, he just says "Sacre bleu." Like, he just looks like a fucking looks like a weirdo, bro. Weirdo. And he's got spiky hair like he's fucking Bart from The Simpsons. Like, just fucking looks weird.
Moving on. Next on my list, I'm gonna go with Andy Dalton. I can't stand Andy Dalton. The Red Rifle. It just has something. It just has something to do with that. He's got no eyebrows. He's got, like, if you play Madden or if you're watching like Monday Night Football and they show his picture, this is his smile. I just don't like. He's just ugly.
Yo. All right. You know who I cannot stand, bro? I don't know if you know who Frank Mir is. The UFC fighter.
Of course.
Bro, I cannot stand him, bro. Honestly, like, he looks like a used car salesman. Like,
yeah,
like
a 3 times divorced used car salesman that after he cashes his check, he goes right to his local favorite bar and they walk in and they go, "The usual?"
Swear. And he's got the fucking, well, it's not as bad before, but he's got the collie. Like, his ear literally.
Well, yeah, his
ear literally looks this big, bro. Yeah. Like, he heard me say that before I even thought about it. Like, fucking ears are huge, bro.
No, he didn't, because of the cauliflower. They're cauliflowered shut.
No, I know. But yeah, I cannot stand him, bro. Like, if you go to any local diner and you see a male server that has a goatee, that is Frank Mir. Don't care who.
In an Italian restaurant, for sure.
100%.
He looks like he asked you if you want more cheese on that.
and then there's the guy who grades the
Yeah,
Parmesan over your fucking spaghetti.
going. Okay, sir. All right. So while I think of some more people, I do want to talk about some serious football topics really quick, and then we can jump right back into this. First of all, I know we do a lot of talking about our favorite teams, but for once, my favorite team actually won a game. And not only did they win a game, a couple things happened. So the New York Jets beat the Dallas Cowboys this previous week. And by the time we're recording this show, the next week of the football season is about to start. So I don't want to spend too much time on the past. But Sam Darnold was out since week 1 with mononucleosis, which we can go on and on about jokes about him getting mono at 20-something years old. But the Jets had not won a single game yet. Their offense had been atrocious. And they go up against this Dallas Cowboys team. Now, at the time, the Dallas Cowboys were 3-2, had lost 2 in a row, but they won the first 3. So the issue that I have with, a lot of people don't give the Jets credit, and that is earned, obviously, because, we've sucked for a really long time. But think about the star power that the Cowboys have. They've got Ezekiel Elliott. They've got Amari Cooper. They've got Dak Prescott. They've got, and they've got a decent defense as well.
Yes.
But not only did the Jets win that game, Sam Darnold became the AFC Player of the Week in his first week back since mono. And he threw a 92-yard touchdown pass to Robbie Anderson, which was the longest touchdown of the season this season. And nobody's talking about it.
Well, I mean, that's one highlight to a bad season.
True, true, but and you're right. And now we've only got one win on the season. But let's just say that Patrick Mahomes threw a 92-yard touchdown pass. Everybody would be going crazy about that.
Do you know how much different that is?
It's the same. It's the same play. What do you mean?
It's the expectation behind it too,
right?
Because his season last year, right, and they're winning. You know what I'm saying?
Shouldn't it be less surprising since he's got higher expectations? Nobody expected Sam Darnold to do that. And don't get me wrong, he didn't throw it 92 yards in the air, but I was going to say
it wasn't actually 92 in the air.
No, but he did throw it. He did throw it about 55, 60 yards down the field, and then Robbie Anderson
run after the catch. Yeah. It's expectation. Now, I get what you're saying. Like, you don't expect it from this guy, so it's more glorified. But I don't know. I don't look at it that way. It's to a certain extent. Like, if Steph Curry were to hit 18 threes, we expect it, but that's 18 fucking threes versus
Ben Simmons hitting one, and we all go crazy.
that's it right there. Literally, it's the expectation. I mean, obviously, Player of the Week, fantastic. Coming off of mono and shit, that's fantastic. Let me say this. Last week we spoke about what team was gonna win. That was 0-0, right?
Oh yeah, I can't wait. Yeah, I'm super excited to talk about this.
Your prediction was better than mine. But my only thing that I wanted to bring up, we didn't talk about this prior, so I want this to be brand new and fresh. Did you think that the Dolphins were trying to win that game?
No.
Wow, bro. So you're telling me the Redskins barely beat them and because they barely won, and the Dolphins they threw the game away to you?
So here's the thing. So here's the thing about that game. If you watch that game, which I didn't watch the game, but I did watch the highlights. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I watched that fucking game. I didn't. I watched the highlights.
I watched the highlights, yeah.
So Josh Rosen was the starting quarterback for the Dolphins, okay, all the way up until the fourth quarter. They were down 17-0 heading into that fourth quarter, something like that, right? Yeah, they decided to insert Ryan Fitzpatrick. Now, what is one thing Ryan Fitzpatrick is good for? Is just a little bit of pinch of Fitz magic, okay? But he's almost 40 years old, so his Fitz magic doesn't last as long as it used to. When he played for the Jets, it lasted for a full season one time. And then when he played on the Buccaneers, it lasted for a 4 or 5 game streak one time. And now that he's even older, he's on an even worse team, his Fitz magic almost lasted a whole quarter. So what I mean by that is they were down 17-0. He was able to bring them back in a quarter alone to 16.
It was 17-3.
Okay, 17-3.
Yeah.
Okay, great, thanks. So he was able to bring them back to 16-17. And so at the end of the game, now I understand They haven't won a game yet. They were the home team. You score that touchdown. You can kick an extra point to bring it into overtime, right? Or you can do what they do and go for a 2-point conversion, right? To win the game. So obviously they choose to go to the 2-point conversion, which would make you think they were trying to win that game, obviously, because that's a very aggressive move. But then you think about the play call. What they did on that was a screen pass. They passed it to the running back behind the line of scrimmage. And if you pause it right at that moment, right before the ball gets into Kenyon Drake's hand, which he drops it, by the way, and that's how the game ends. Spoiler alert. Right before he's about to catch it, there are 3 linebackers already past the linemen that look like they didn't even try and block them that are getting ready to destroy him. So, of course, Kenyon Drake drops the ball because he doesn't want to get destroyed. Why would you draw up that play call? Why wouldn't you draw a play? And there is no reason that you should, on a 2-point conversion, when you need the ball to get into the end zone, not throw the ball into the end zone. Why would you throw it behind the line of scrimmage?
Here's my rebuttal. One, how do you not know that it was a screen pass away from the play? Think about that. Or does your lack of football knowledge not? Are you not able to expand your horizon?
I just didn't understand what you meant by that. I'm sorry.
A screen pass away from the play, meaning you throw a screen to the running back who almost fakes as the quarterback, and they throw it from there. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, yes.
So because he's behind the line of scrimmage, he can do that. All right. So
if they did that, it would have been awesome.
Could have been that, but he dropped it, so it doesn't matter. I don't get it why you think that they weren't trying to win when they scored 13 points in the fourth quarter. They were driving. They were fucking bro. They won. Redskins won by 1 point.
Okay.
But I get what you're saying. If I was the coach, I'm taking it to overtime, and I'm hoping that we get the ball.
Yeah.
As a seasoned coach, you kind of just think of it as like, you know what? We're not built for overtime. Let's just try to get this right now.
Yeah, and I understand in front of the home crowd, wanted it to be electric. Imagine if they went on a 2-point conversion at the end of the game. That's fantastic.
Right, yeah.
But here's the thing, and I said this last week. The Dolphins players are not trying to lose. The coaching and the management is, okay? The players, of course, are not trying to lose because they want to perform at their best to better their career, right? To secure a spot on the roster next season or to get a spot on a better team next year, right? Because obviously Josh Rosen being down 17-3 into the fourth quarter doesn't help, and losing all these games doesn't help his career because next year in the draft, they're just going to draft a quarterback anyway and move on from him. So it's in all of the players' best interest to play well. But like I said last week, if the coach and the management there are already on the same page of we're going to lose this season, so we get the number 1 overall pick, so we can draft all these good players to move on to the future, then it kind of makes sense that the coach draws up a play at the end of the game when you need to throw it into the end zone and throws it behind the line of scrimmage. Then that kind of makes sense because, of course, if Kenyon Drake catches that ball, he's not curling up on the ground and just like ending the game. Of course, he's going to try and push through that line and score, but the coach didn't set them up in a position. Why wouldn't you throw a slant pass play right there or a post and have them run to the end zone, turn around and grab the ball, or run cross in the end zone and hope somebody gets open? Why would you throw it behind the line of scrimmage?
I could answer that question. How many times, and excuse me, how many times has there been a slant towards the goal line in the red zone that's gotten picked off? Do you know, and this is a stat, fact check me if you want, that is other than obviously throwing the ball across the middle because you're liable to get the ball picked off if it's not right on point. A slant pass in the end zone or in the goal line within the red zone is one of the most picked off plays in the NBA.
NFL.
I just said NBA. NFL. In the NFL. And that's per percentage because it's, first of all, it's not a high look percentage. Anything that's in the red zone, you're a higher look percentage if you're running the ball. Everybody knows that. That's just, if I'm a coach, I'm not calling that play.
Well, forget the slant, because obviously I'm not a coach. Forget the slant. I'm just saying, in that position, I would be drawing up a play that has all of the players that I need to throw it to win the game at the position they need to be in to catch the ball and win the game. Why would you try and make it more work to pass to a guy and then he's got to run 4 yards when you could just pass the ball 4 yards into the end zone? It doesn't make sense.
I mean, I did just explain why, but I'm going to let you not understand that.
No, a slant play. I mean, you could have drawn up a different play, but
There
anyway.
could be a slant, there could be a post, it could be a fade, it could be whatever. It's not a high look. I mean, a fade is more of a high look because it'll be the corner of the end zone, which it's either they get it or nobody gets it, which is how it should be. And you're supposed to throw it to the inside or the outside shoulder. Listen, I still don't think, the whole point that I was getting at was you said that they're trying to lose, and I just don't agree with you. I don't.
I don't think that the players are trying to lose because it's not in their best interest. I think that the organization set the team up to fail. And I think that they are I don't think at all that the Redskins are trying to lose. And that's because they fired the coach. They obviously had expectations. But I really do think that the Dolphins are trying to lose. And my mind will be changed if they fire the coach, because then why would you fire the coach if you didn't already have expectations of losing? But just because, and we talked about this last week, so I don't want to beat a dead horse, because of the offseason moves that they made of trading away all of their actually decent players, it's clear that the organization is not trying to win. Obviously, in football, it's next man up. So those people that they traded away, those people are trying to prove that they deserve to start in the NFL. So
you gotta think
too, they just suck. They just suck.
How many times, and out of all the years that you've watched your Jets, there's a lot of head scratching moments, right?
Of course.
How many times has there been a play call that you did not agree with? There's got to be it's got to be a couple of game out of
all the time. But that's not because they were trying to lose. That was because of incompetency, and that's why they're no longer head coaches in the NFL. That's
not the right answer. Play calls are a gamble. It's not just the head coach making every play call. I hope you understand.
No, of course not.
There's a guy up in that skybox also that's viewing the whole thing that has the phone.
Of course, and there's offensive coordinators and defensive coordinators. Like, I understand the intricacies, said that wrong, of how it works.
Yeah. So I lost all faith in football play calling after 2015 that
Pete Carroll, Seahawks.
Yeah, with the Seahawks.
And the Super Bowl.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. If I was Marshawn Lynch, I'd have slapped the dog shit out of him. But anyway, after that year, I lost all faith in play calling. Even though, Seahawks is not my team, but I did want to see them win. So, regardless, I don't want to talk about it anymore.
All right. Doesn't Adam Silver look like an alien from Area 51? Adam
Silver.
I
know who he is. Honestly, he does look like Roger from American Dad. So I agree.
Doesn't he look like what a human would look like if they were a Bic pen?
I'm not sure I catch that one, but yeah, Adam Silver, and he would look different if he had hair, but I feel like everybody's seen The Predator, right? So I think that once, like every year, if the NBA doesn't gross $5 billion like above revenue, he just like curls up in his like office chair and it's like and molds his skin or some shit.
He looks like Dr. Evil's stepbrother.
No, he looks like fucking like if you ever play Sonic, he looks like Dr. Eggman's little brother or his dad or some shit.
He looks like Mini-Me's brother Big Me.
Yeah, Adam Silver's a weird looking guy. It's funny you said that. I never thought about that until you said it like just now.
Doesn't it look like he introduces people at the NBA draft by going, "Greeting, humans.
Welcome to the league."
Welcome to Earth. I mean, the 2020 NBA draft.
Or like Kevin Garnett's show, Area 51. Like I felt like that was a take on Adam Silver's like home planet or some shit.
Oh man.
Yo. Oh, is it my turn? Is it my turn?
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Man, I wanted to think of a throwback. Now, to me, one person I never liked for no reason at all was Booker T, the wrestler.
Can you dig it, sucker?
I never fucking liked him. He literally is like, I hate to like use the Kendrick Perkins joke on him, but like he just goes to barbecues, fixes a plate, and leaves. Like he's, or he looks like a spawn of DMX. Like if DMX had dreadlocks, he would be fucking Booker T.
I used to love, dude. First of all, I love wrestling. Okay, but I used to love when Booker T would get in the ring and go like this.
Yo, here's something so random. What would you do? Or let's scratch that. You know the wrestler Humaga, right?
Of course, rest in peace.
Everybody. How much extra money do you think they paid to let Humaga like twerk in their face, bro? How?
No, that wasn't Umaga that did that. That was Rikishi.
Ooh. Oh shit, Rikishi, bro. How much money right now for you to let Rikishi twerk in your face right now?
Bro, I mean, it would be like what it would have to be like what Vince McMahon is worth. Like, talk about degrading, dude. I don't understand why they let that happen so often.
Bro, every time it seemed like the guys liked it. Like, as weird as that shit sounds.
Imagine.
Like, it's just weird.
Imagine though back then being in the front row, being like right in the front row when Triple H is walking into the ring, and he stands on the side and then spits at you when he does
my God.
Oh, I'd be mad at that.
Oh my God, bro.
We went to a Vegas show, and this is I don't know if you have anything else you want to say at the end of this, but it's getting to the end of the show here, so we're gonna have to wrap it up. We went to a Vegas show, and at the Vegas show, we were sitting like right, me, my fiance, and her family. We were sitting like right front row, right? And one of the acts at the Vegas show was a sword swallower. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and when he pulled the sword out, it was like covered in, spit, and obviously because it came, where it came from. Yeah. He went like this with the sword, got that stuff all over his fingers, twirled it around, and threw it at somebody in the crowd, smoked him right in the face.
Yo, that would have been the ass whooping of his life.
I was like, thank fuck that didn't hit me.
Or no, thank fuck it didn't hit Christina, because you would have had no choice but to get up there and beat his ass, bro. No fucking choice. Like, just imagine, that would have been not only the weirdest vacation, weirdest fucking like drive or ride or walk back to wherever you guys stayed at. Christina would have just been looking at you like this the whole time. Well, why didn't you do anything?
Nah, not at all. Christina would have gotten up there and beat the shit out of him herself. She would have, no doubt about it. All right, so is there anything else you want to talk about sports-wise?
I mean, since you're rushing me off the show, sure, let's end it.
All right. This has been the Jackson and Shabazz show. No, I'm just kidding. You got anything to say, man?
Let me think. Nope.
All right, this has been a fun show, man. I've really enjoyed roasting everybody. The stories were great. I had a blast. It's definitely one of the best ones we've had in a while. To everybody, please give us a like on Facebook. I don't want to beg, but I'll beg, please. Now, like us on Facebook, The Jackson and Shabazz Show. Subscribe and hit the bell on YouTube, The Jackson and Shabazz Show. We appreciate your views. We appreciate your support. We share the videos on our Facebook page. If you guys, would be so inclined to share them and get the word out there, we do appreciate it. We did put the word out there on last week's episode. If anybody wants to come out and come onto the show and give their sports take on something, we did have something lined up for this week to have somebody come on, but it just didn't work out with the timing, so we'll have them on next time. But, you guys can just hit us up. You can message me. You can message Abdullah. You can message the Jackson and Shabazz Show page. We'd love to have somebody on. We want to incorporate as many people into this as possible. We want to build this into a community with loyal fans and loyal continuous guests that will continue to come on and just add an extra element to the show that we can't do. And we really look forward to taking this show to the next level. Abdullah?
Hey, and to piggyback off that, again, we want to hear people's debates. Like, it's interesting enough if it's just me and Hunter, but we would love, and obviously me and Hunter have spoken about this plenty of times, we would love to debate with anybody, because anybody whose opinion is opposite of ours is great. We don't want you to agree with us all the time.
That's what makes the show. When me and Abdullah disagree on something, that's what makes the show. That's what made the discussion about the Washington Redskins and the Dolphins so much fun, because even though it was about two teams that suck ass, it was fun to have different opinions and try and convince the other person of it. That's what sports is all about. It's all about the debate. It's all about the competition. So if you guys want to come on the show, we'd be glad. First of all, we're glad that you listened this far into the show, 45 minutes in to begin with. Second of all, we would love to have you on. It doesn't matter who you are. Message us if we can make it work with our schedule, because obviously, we do this when we can fit it in. If it works with you also, we'd love to have you on for a segment or two. Maybe not for the full 45 minutes, but maybe 10 minutes about the topic you want to talk about. We'd love to have you on.
Yep. And to end that, dab.
This has been the Jackson and Shabazz Show. I'm Hunter Jackson, along with my good friend and co-host Abdullah Shabazz. Abdullah, we'll see you later.
Time to go, baby.